Hey everybody, this is Daryl, aka the D from the Simply Incredible podcast, and today I'm doing my 500 subscriber giveaway to my good friend rwheatley0206, and I will have a link below to his giveaway so you guys can try to enter as well. Help him get up to that 500 mark. He's working hard at it. He's a heck of a good guy too. Awesome content. And he's also very much about the community. Every week he puts out a video for the community, what did he call it? Like a community want list. Things that people in the community have been kind of looking for, having trouble finding. So definitely check him out on that. He said his interest just wanted 5 things from our collection to kind of show, and some of the 5 things that we kind of think are maybe the best things we have. I can't do that because I have so many things that are very kind of personal to me. So I kind of broke it down into groups. First group is going to be UVA. It's actually, you know what, this is going to be like a special number 6 in the group, okay? My UVA championship basketball hat. It's the first year that they've won the national championship. I've been a diehard Cavalier fan since Ralph Sampson was there back in the 80s. The first time I really remember being a fan was 1980. And if I'm not mistaken, that might have been the year we lost to Chaminade in the preseason tournament. Chaminade. Think about that for just 1 second. The number 1 team in the nation losing to Chaminade. Forward a whole bunch of years later, the number 1 team in the nation losing to UMBC. And I was still a fan. And I was still a fan. 1 year later, we finally get that national championship. And I think I've bought just about everything that there is, including this awesome pennant. Got a whole bunch of other stuff, but that's just the only 2 things I'm going to show. I'll tell you, I did see a little bib for a baby's bib. It said UVA national champion, baby's first championship, or something along those lines. And I got to thinking, I've been a fan since 1980. It's baby's first championship. It's my first team championship since 1986 New York Mets. That's how long I've been a fan of sports. So there you go. But UVA is kind of my number 6 in this. Number 5, you know, I don't know why I'm putting numbers because there's no real number system to it. When this arrived, I could not have been more ecstatic. It's my 2017 San Diego Comic-Con box. I left the badge in the other room in my case, but me and one of my friends, we had tried for 5 years to get tickets, and we had been online waiting for the order to start. Then when it finally started at noon that day, we were sitting there. 10 minutes goes by, and if you've never done it, it's quite the experience. Mostly torture is the word I would like to say. You see like a little dot circling, and it says on it, do not refresh. As long as the dot's circling, everything's still going, and it updates you. Badges for Saturday, selling out. Badges for Wednesday, selling out. Badges for, badges for Friday, selling out. Sold out Saturday, sold out Wednesday. So for 5 years, we sat through that. Finally, the next time, Wednesday, selling out. Low badges for Saturday. Like, oh gosh, why are we even here? I'm like messing. Why am I even here? Why are we wasting our life doing this? All of a sudden, the screen changed on my computer. I was totally clueless as to. I was like, did my computer just break? What happened? I realized I'm in. I can order the tickets, the badges, if you will. And I messaged him real quick because I was kind of like in shock because of, mouth. And I messaged, dude, I'm in. He used the word that's not appropriate, but bull. was like, no, seriously, I am. And so I put in all the information, and we got in first year, 4 days of it. And when this box arrived with the badges, and it also has, let's see, which way does it go? It goes this way. The pin, 2017, and a little book that kind of gives you, some things you can do to get more informed about what you can do in San Diego around Comic-Con, different things for that too, and where you can look at online to really keep up to date on where things are going to be, who's going to be there, what the giveaways are going to be, and what exclusives, all that stuff. So when this thing came, it was right about a month before the Comic-Con. Man, it became real when this box arrived. Gosh, I was so excited that day. Next is going to be statues. Statues. I know you're going to say, Daryl, do you have any Harley Quinn statues? Thank you so much for asking. I do have some Harley Quinn statues. I know you're shocked and amazed, but it's true. As Kurt Angle would say, oh, it's damn true. I'm starting off with this one right here. There we go. The Alex Ross Harley Quinn one-shot from 1999 statue. I love this statue. And most of the time I do not take them out of the package, but I do have two of them. The second one is actually right here on this table, right below here, still in box. That's why you can't see it. There's this awesome statue. Absolutely love this. Man, I knew I was supposed to tell Jason and Shannon something. When they got married, I was like, y'all need to have this pose for one picture. I love it. It's got that diamond base for Harley Quinn. And it's number 5,200. So it's not really limited, but it's just awesome. This one is number 4,073 out of 5,200. Absolutely love the statue. But Daryl, is that the only Harley Quinn statue you have? Why, no. No, it's not. I have another one. This one from Batman the Animated Series, and we got a nice glare right there in your face. Nurse Harley. This is one I was kind of looking for, trying to finally find it at a good price. Finally found it at a very good price. I picked it up last year, and I love it. I need to get a second one so I can put it out. Absolutely awesome. And it is number 2. Was it 3,000? 3,000. This is number 26 of 3,000. Love this. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is from her very first appearance in Batman the Animated Series, which would have been her first overall appearance. I'm pretty sure this was the very first scene she was in on the show. Fairly confident. Her, Harley and Joker were pretending to be dentists to actually blow up Commissioner Gordon. But Batman ruined it. He ruined everything. There we go. Love this statue. Absolutely phenomenal. Sculpted by Claiborne Moore. Next, Daryl, do you have a Batman? I do have a Batman statue. This right here, as much as I love these Harley Quinn statues, this might be my favorite statues, which I probably should have showed it last, but I'm already talking about it, so I'm going to show it now. This is a GameStop exclusive, only 500 made. This is the color variant. I love this statue. It is amazing. The detail on this, if I'm not mistaken, gosh, I'm trying to remember which Arkham game this is from. It's in 2015, maybe Arkham Knight. I can't remember, but this statue is amazing. You can see it. Look at the detail on this right here. It is so amazing. There's also a black and white variant, but I don't. I think, gosh, in my mind, I think black and white was the original one. But this color one is unbelievable. And yes, I do have two of them. They had them online, and there was only 500 of them made. I was like, gosh, I got to get a couple of them. So I did. And to be honest with you, I've never looked online to see what they're selling for. But well, not never. It's been a long time since I've looked. And the last time I looked, I don't even think I saw one on eBay. But I'm sure by now there's bound to be one, I would think. But very, very limited, but absolutely amazing. Next is my last statue before we go to whatever's next. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Harley Quinn statue, numbered to 200. I actually walked right past it, and one of my friends was like, "Hey, dude, do you have that one?" I was like, "No, I don't think I've got that one." Turns out I actually do have the regular one. This is the gem edition, and this one actually has with a Harley Quinn patent neck 90 and genuine diamond and ruby details, limited to 200. So I was like, doggone it, that's money I didn't plan on spending. Here's some of the ruby and diamonds on there, which I think is absolutely amazing. There we go. Number 190 out of 200, I believe. Yes, 190 out of 200. So I had to get that. I mean, I was morally obligated as a Harley Quinn fan to buy that statue. Otherwise, I would have been kicked out of the Harley Quinn fan club. I'm not in a Harley Quinn fan club, but if I were, I would have been kicked out of it. Next, we are going with some, let's see, how many is that so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know. Next is kind of my Comic-Con stuff that I love getting at the big cons. When I was in San Diego this past year, my blank variant autographs. Let's take this out of here too. It's so cool to go up and meet all the different artists and writers and stuff, because there's so many of them there. And this one, I still have to get a frame for it. This is from San Diego. That's actually why I picked this one, because, you know, invades Comic-Con International. So that's why I actually had them do it this one. I don't know what I'm going to get them to sign this year, to be honest with you. But there we go. I mean, it's got a ton of signatures on here. Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti, J. Scott Campbell. Can you figure out that's J. Scott Campbell? Jeff Lemire right here. Gosh, I know. Greg Horn right there. Gosh. I actually have them written down who everybody is on here. Let's see. Man, golly, so many. There's Jusco right there. There's Eastman right there, Kevin Eastman. Gosh, so many awesome people that I got to meet that last year. I'm hoping to get to meet all these people again this year too. Stan Sakai, Adam Hughes, Jesco, which I said Jesco already, but so many awesome. Joel Jones right here. There's a lot of people I wanted to get, but if you've ever been to San Diego, some of the people you just can't get. There's a couple of them that were out of my price range. Neil Adams, I'm talking about you. There's a couple more too, not just Neil Adams, but he was definitely one of them that was way overpriced. There we go. I just don't know who to get this year. Can't wait. But then I have my celebrity edition. I only met a few of the celebrities there this past year, and most of the celebrities I met are celebrities of years past. We start off with Lee Merriweather. Catwoman from the olden days of Batman. Victoria, right there, WWE superstar, who should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way. I'm just saying, Victoria, Lisa Marie Varon, you belong in the Hall of Fame. Okay, just saying. Let's see, Helen Slater, who played Supergirl back in the day. The Legend of Billie Jean, she is Billie Jean. Let's see, who else here? Erin Gray, she's been in many TV shows. On the back, Cynthia Rothrock. For those in the martial art world, you know her as China O'Brien from back in the day. And Don the Dragon Wilson. So that was kind of my celebrity wing. I also did meet Beast Boy from Teen Titans Go. Why can I not think? Greg. Gosh, it's Greg something. I can't think of his last name. But awesome, awesome guy as well. And he brought his little dog with him too. That's a tiny little thing. He come in like a superstar, rock star, money man. I thought it was awesome. Let's see. Next is going to be my graded books. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it is only 5. I thought I had 6 different things. Anyway, whatever. We're starting off with... Man, I love this piece. Last year at Comic-Con, I got to meet Stan Sakai, creator of Usagi Yojimbo. And when I found out he was doing sketches, it's like, yep. And when again, this is a story that I was told. And again, cannot confirm or deny. But I was told he really doesn't do much sketch work on books. That may have changed since then, or maybe recently before that. I don't know. But when I went and asked, he was like, "Yeah, definitely, I'll do that." So I remember seeing this book at the IDW booth, the blank variant. So I ran over there, got this, ran back, and got him to do that for me. If you can see right here, we got one of the turtles right there. I didn't even notice this until I got back, when it arrived back to me, and I was just looking at it. I actually did the video. Later on, I was like, that's not another rock. That's a turtle right there. I think that is so cool. That is so cool. Let's see. This one makes me happy and sad all at once. My Stan Lee signature from 2015. 2015 when I met him at Heroes Con. The reason I got him to do a blank cover just because everybody's got books signed. But I like the idea of having it right in the middle. Again, I wish this was just ASM and not Renew Your Vows, but it is what it is. But I like having it right in the center where it kind of pops out at you. So that's why I got that one. I actually thought it'd be a 9.8 when I originally got it, but it is what it is. There we go. Next, my girl, the only woman that I would ever consider dating. You guys already know who I'm talking about. Kate Beckinsale. My 9.8 signed Underworld Blood Wars. Is that one? Yeah, Underworld Blood Wars. They have 2 different copies of this one, and I had to have this one. So, gosh, I love that cover. And that's the future Mrs. She has no idea who I am. She probably never will. It's irrelevant. Irrelevant. Roger, I'm sorry this video is taking so long, but all my videos take forever and a day. You know that. Let's see. Next. This one right here is one of the books. Good luck finding them. These are extremely rare. And this right here, there's a term some of the guys have. It's called a stealth buy. And this is one that I consider the stealthiest of the stealths. Because it was actually on the back of The Simpsons #1. And I just wanted to buy, I didn't really think that much about it until later on. and it was just on the back of the book, so I didn't think anything about it. And it's numbered to 750. This is from the 1993 San Diego Comic Con. Yeah, San Diego Comic Con, 1993. These are very, very rare, and I got it for, I don't know, maybe $5 or something like that. There we go. Bongo Comics. This may actually be the first appearance of The Simpsons. Actually, I'm not sure. Let's see. I need better eyes. That's all it is to it. Distributed with hand stamped logo on the front. There we go. And what number is that? Number 66 out of 750. 9.6. Good luck finding one of those. And last, there was a few other things I was going to put on here. 21 minutes later, this is the last thing. This book right here is definitely my favorite that I own. The cover on it, I remember trying to find one, looking high and low, going to multiple cons before. I wasn't even seeing them. And since then, they popped up a lot more regularly now. But it is Detective Comics number 880. This amazing Joker cover by Jock. Love this cover. I mean, I looked high and low for this thing. And one of my friends that had a comic shop here in town, he kept telling me he's got one. I was like, well, I want to buy it. He's like, oh, well, I haven't read it yet. So it's like, dude. Finally, I found it, and I took it back, and I told him I finally found it. He's like, well, what'd you pay for it? I told him what I paid for it. He's like, well, I would have let you have mine cheaper than that. I tried to buy your book. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that is my entry into my good friend Roger rwheatley0206. I will have a link below so you guys can go to him, sub him up, get him over to that 500 subscriber mark. Awesome guy. So definitely check him out. And that's all I got. And you guys have an incredible day.